Welcome to HDTV. You're now rocking with your boy. Had to hit the opera on you nookers. Now, FCC enforces the largest fine ever of a $225 million. $225 million against telemarketers who made 1 billion robocalls. The Federal Communications Commission issued its largest ever fine of $225 million to Texas telemarketers who sent about 1 billion robocalls falsely claiming to sell health insurance for Aetna and Blue Cross Blue Shield and other companies. John Spiller and Jacob Mears, who did business under the names Rising Eagle and J Squared Telecom, faced the fine, proposed in June 2020 by the FCC, for massive spamming of spoofed robocalls in the U.S. in 2019. Spoof calls have a false caller ID that makes them appear to come from a nearby location. Consumers would be asked if they were interested in affordable health insurance with benefits from a company you know, and companies including Aetna, Cigna, Blue Cross Blue Shield, and United Healthcare was mentioned. If they pressed 3 to get an agent, the consumer would be transferred to a call center unaffiliated with any of those insurers. One of the robocaller's largest clients, Health Advisors of America, was sued in 2019 by the Missouri Attorney General for telemarketing violations, the FCC says. Spiller told the U.S. Telecom Industry Trademark Group, a group authorized by the FCC to investigate robocalls, that he knowingly called consumers on the do not call list, the FCC says. He told the group that his firm made millions of calls per day and that he was using spoof numbers. The FCC said in its original fine proposal, in addition to enforcing the agency's largest ever fine, the FCC also issued several cease and desist orders against other robocallers and created a robocall response team. Unwanted robocalls are not only a nuisance, but they also pose a serious risk to the consumers who can inadvertently share sensitive personal information in response to bad actors, malicious schemes, personal information in response to bad actors, malicious schemes. Acting FCC Chairwoman Jessica Rosen-Worcel said in a statement, "I'm proud to unveil my first set of actions to put a renewed focus on what the FCC can do to combat the issue that we receive the most complaints about." The cease and desist letter went to 6 firms charged with making or facilitating robocalls. RSCom of Canada, which was warned in May 2020 to cease making scam calls involving COVID-19, Social Security, the Internal Revenue Service, Electric Utilities, and Apple Incorporated. Stratix Network of Canada for facilitating fraudulent calls about COVID-19 student loans, political campaigns, and discounts and upgrades for AT&T and DirecTV. Yodel Technologies, a Florida provider for facilitating fraudulent calls relating to Social Security, health insurance, and debt reduction services. Icon Global, a UK-based company for facilitating robocalls that inundated the Washington, D.C. Metropolitan Police Department, as well as those falsely representing Apple in the Social Security Administration. IDT Corporation of New Jersey for transmitting on behalf of clients illegal robocalls about COVID-19 and health insurance, Social Security, fictional Amazon refunds, computer services, credit cards, and fraudulent calls threatening to disconnect utilities without payments. Third Rock Telecom of Canada, which is suspected of transmitting robocalls about fictional Apple/iCloud account breaches, Social Security scams, and credit card fraud. A new robocall response team, a group of 51 FCC staff members, will coordinate anti-robocall efforts. Rosen-Worcel also sent letters to the Federal Trade Commission, Justice Department, and the National Association of State Attorneys General about anti-robocall collaborative efforts. Today's cease and desist letter should serve as a warning sign to other entities that believe the FCC has turned a blind eye to this issue. Rosen Warsel said, "We certainly haven't, and we're coming for you." Basically, these people have been making a lot of scams and calls, so make sure you guys are safe out there. Make sure you don't answer it. A lot of some of these companies they mentioned did the same thing to me, calling about renewing my direct TV and adding this on, and I was like, nah, I'm good. Because it just didn't make sense. And then they wanted all this information, but I'm like, dude, if you work for direct TV, then why do you need my information? That don't make any sense. So we called I called direct TV, and we called direct TV and everything, and which AT&T sponsors here in El Paso, and they were like, no, that's a scam. And they've done this plenty of times. They called about my insurance, and then I had to call my insurance company. They were like, "Nah, you're good." And then they talked about trying to say that you're late on bills or something. It's a mess, and this has been going on for a long time. This here's a travesty what's going on. But hey, that's American, I call it. American ain't nothing but a scam. That's all it is a scam. So be careful out there. Make sure you're straight. Make sure you got your ID caller IDs on, so you'll see it's a robocall. And trust me, they can scam you, because what they can do and everything is they will use a area code that's close to you to make it believe that it's from the city or somebody regular calling you. And they also text message you. They text message you as well. So thank you for listening, and we are out. Daisy.